Okay, so I have a couple of things to show you. I make my own mojito. Today I made it a little different because I didn't have the fresh, what do you call it? Mint, right? I did have spearmint, however, from the Amish, and I just took this and put it, I had squeezed lemon in here, and I ran it through the ice here, and then I strained it and poured it in here and put some sugar in here, okay? So that's why you see pieces of what you call mint, which when you make mojito, you still have to strain it anyway, so it's not a big deal. What I did was, I just, instead of breaking it and crackling it down, I just stuck this in here, and I stirred my lemonade. It had sugar, it had lemon. Okay, so I stirred it. And then I squeezed all of my water from here because I didn't want to waste it, okay? No big deal. No big deal. So now, then I poured it in here, and I'm going to taste it for the first time. I actually didn't even strain it. As you can see, there are some pieces of the herb in there. It tastes good. And I'm going to pour it in there so it could pour it back in there. So it could soak longer with the herbs. I want it more minty still. Typically, this is not the way I make it, but you know what? It's the ingredients that count. I'm just going to let these mint leaves soak in there. And I know you may think this is messy, but this is the way I'm doing it today. I am going to show you how I normally do it, which is the way they do it in the bar. I have the bar equipment stuff. But I want to show you something else, okay? So this is about making mojito, or if you want to say mojito. But I also use this pot here to soak my beans. It's time to make some rice and beans for me. So what I did was I soaked the beans in here overnight. Just take a couple of spoons of baking soda. And this is not just to soften it. I had just bought the beans, so I don't expect them to be old, but it's a great recipe for old beans. And I'm going to share that with you from other parties as well, and what causes gas and all that. But see, I'm Puerto Rican, so I never had the gas problem, okay? So what I did was I soaked the beans overnight, and then I strained it, and then I put it to a quick boil, and I put onions, I put cilantro in there, I put garlic, a lot of garlic, a lot of, I didn't use the typical Puerto Rican way of putting sofrito. Somebody was selling sofrito at the Amish store. It smelled so good. I wish I would have bought it. But this in itself is going to be delicious. So I just put it to boil and I took it out of the heat. And then I'm going to put it back on the hot furnace, but I'm not going to turn the heat back on. Let it sit for a few hours while I go shopping and prepare the rice. And tonight I'm going to have some nice rice and beans. See, it doesn't have to be the traditional way where you boil it in the pot and then you put the fancy sofrito that tastes delicious. Over here I actually put Bermuda, is it from Bermuda or Bahamas? Pepper. This lady was selling it and it looks like the peppers that we have, except they are hot. And I hope I don't regret it. But I love my beans with garlic. I love my beans with onions while it's cooking from inception. Some kids from, I think they were from Costa Rica, they cook their beans. They don't put anything but onions in the beans when they're boiling it. And when they have it, that's it. They're just having some watered down beans that have a nice onion flavor. So I just threw in some garlic, I threw in some onions, and I could always remove them. I threw in cilantro. I got lazy. I did not make sofrito. So I'm just showing you a different way to do it if you're lazy, because you could always take that other stuff out. Quite frankly, I don't. I want to chew on the onions. I want to chew also on the garlic. I'll just remove the cilantro fresh leaves that I put in there. And I'll remove the pepper, which I may want to remove it now because I'm not too sure how spicy it is. But it is all being cooked to taste. This thing is phenomenal. I mean, I have softened beans in here like crazy. This like is a great, I found this at the dollar store. Actually, no, at Salvation Army. It's heavy, it's a good pot, ceramic. And even though it's got like a plastic top, It really does the trick. And I actually put that aluminum just now just to make sure the heat stays in there. And I'm going to go do my thing. And tonight I will have some rice and beans, and I'll be glad and more than happy to circle back with you and show you the results and the beautiful plate. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great day. Bye now.